Hello everybody, how's it going? I'm just going to turn my camera around like that. There we go. Oh my word, do you know what? This time 12 months ago, I was sat there in the other unit thinking, oh my goodness, what am I doing? How am I going to do this? Let's see how it works. And when I actually did live tile number 1, my goodness me, number 1. And what's changed since then? So just to sort of celebrate, I thought we'd go back to a cream tile and keep it basic today. By all means, bring your coloured pencils in, throw whatever you want at it. But I've actually treated myself to a micron pen. I know I've been using the gold ones and they're still here, look, still loving them. But I just thought, no, I'm going to have a new pen. And I thought it'd be nice to sort of keep with the same one that I did, 12 months ago in that sense. And I've treated myself to a new Sanntangle pencil. I know. And a brand new clean tortillon. So absolutely. And I'm coming in, I'm going to use possibly as well a white pastel pencil. I've got the traditional Sanntangle one, which is the ones that we were using last year. So I'm just going to keep it all at that. How is everybody? And I have cake. I do have cake. I mean, Leslie's put it here. It's a full lemon drizzle, but I'm not going to eat a full lemon drizzle. So that's going to happen with a cup of tea a little bit later on. So I've got a really good one. Oh, Sally, is it again? My goodness me. And I do apologise. There are a couple that have broken the post, and I'm not happy with our postman. And you can imagine, with the problems with the tile swap as well last time. But don't worry, if there's a couple, I'm sending them back out and make sure, plenty of padding, so not to worry, it'll get sorted. So yeah, I've got a cracking one today for you. I hope you're going to like this one. I've really thought about it and, where is it going to go? So I thought, yeah, let's give it a start. Okay, so here we are then, basic cream tile. I'm not going to go into putting borders on and things today. I am going to start, though, with the pencil. Do you, Chris? Do you know what? They're really nice, aren't they? They're really nice pencils. All right, here we go. I'm just going to make it a little bit larger so we can see what we're doing. Okay. I'm trying to think, actually. I can't even remember now how many people watched that first video with me, and followed along. I can't remember, but it's about 3,000 people have watched it so far. So it's really good. Okay, here we go then. So I'm going to create, I put a little bit of dot, just sort of middle-ish, doesn't have to be. And I'm going to add in a little bit of a swirl, but I'm not going to have it too narrow or close together. So here we go. I'm just going to add, see where I've created that little curl to get me going. I'm just going to work it round. I'm going to keep the same distance if I can, which is why I'm just sort of sketching it round there. A bit snail-like, okay. Like a Swiss roll, isn't it? All right. And I'm just going to sort of work it right. And now this time here, I'm just going to bring it back in on itself. And just sort of bring it back in. There we go. So it sort of joins. Okay. All right, next bit then. I'm going to come back in now with my pen. Okay. Oh, all right, so I'm just going to start back in with that dot. Sorry if it's a bit on an angle today. It's just so you can't see the stand. Oh, it's okay. Right, I'm going to follow that line. Actually, let's make it a little bit larger just so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, I know, Donna, it's great, isn't it? First anniversary paper. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to see, I've just followed it a little bit. And then I'm going to go back to the dot. And then I'm going to bring it back out as a curve again, you see? Okay. And then same again. You see, I'm just using that little guide where I added that little swirl in there. There we are. Now, do you know, it's great. I love this group. And I'm so pleased that we're all sort of sharing in this, and it's lovely, isn't it? And we're hoping that, you know, once the lockdown sorts itself out and we've been vaccinated, that we can start running classes and, you know, getting people in here and getting people sharing and meeting each other. So, we're working on that because obviously at the moment, the space we've got here, although it's nice enough, we've got a cosy little classroom, but I don't think it'll ever be used as a classroom. I think we've got other plans. So you can see I'm just working my way around and creating this little curl on the top there, and then I'm coming back from here and round, adding that in. Okay, and you see, following around. I see here I've got this sort of little mark, this little gap. I'm just going to come on in and fill that in there. Okay. Oh, now it feels really exciting, doesn't it? It's all happening, you know. It's getting a bit warmer. Spring's here, so I'm just going to join that there. People are moving. You know. Speaking of moving, I was on a different Facebook page yesterday, so. Oh, Joe, yeah, absolutely. I think this is, you know when people go on these TV programs or whatever, they go, oh, we've made friends for life and all that. I think actually, yeah, I think that's what we've done here. We've made friends for life, and it's you know, one of those really important things that this is going to be carrying on, and yeah, it's not going to be just online at all, but yeah. So just working my way around. You see where I've got a little bit, it's missed. I'm just joining it together. Oh, Sue, sorry, no, I missed that. Posted Sue Laking. I have opened the tiles this morning. They are coming through. Honestly, my postman's loving me at the minute because we are getting quite a few coming through, so that's great. So please don't worry about it if. I'm sort of a little bit loath to post pictures of them because obviously it's nice to have that bit of a surprise. But if you're not sure, then just sort of message and ask and I'll get round to you. But so I will have a look through the envelopes when we finish today and let you know. Okay, just I don't want you to worry, but they're all coming through, so don't panic. There we go. See here, I'm just gonna get the slither of one in there, and it's just sort of meeting itself, coming back, isn't it? So let's have a look. I'm just gonna fill that little area in there, and that one there. There we go. But yeah, tile swap. Don't forget, if you've not got yours in yet, you've still got time because the deadline date. Now I'm going to tell you what the deadline date is because I've got it written down. Is the 5th of April, so you've still got time to do that. Have a look at, back at the video if you're not sure, and it gives you a different address from the last time, just so we make sure it's coming around. And yeah, oh, thanks, Elaine. Not quite sure. Yeah, we've sort of turned the Sanntangle page into a group, so it's easier for you to see things, but you do have to sort of, click on and just sort of be accepted kind of thing. It's nothing serious at all. It was just so I know that, we're going to get people on there that understand what we're doing and want to learn about what we're doing. So I think it's going to be great. Okay, shall we have a look at this in real life then? There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, Richard, yes, overnight. Well, we were talking today because there's a new road that's been opened linking my village to the motorway, to the M180, the M18 180, and there's a train station there and there's a travel lodge on the services, we think. So yeah, excellent. Okay, yeah, okay. Annette and Anna's, okay, I'll have to have a look for those. It might be that I might have to sort of post some pictures so you can all see, but let's not panic. Okay, so I'm coming on now and I'm going to add in pencil a little bit of a, again, a little bit of a guide, and I'm just adding around that shape, a bit of a bubble. There we go. Now do it lightly because this is not going to be seen eventually. It's just giving you a little bit of an idea. Okay, and then do the same again. Okay. Now it doesn't matter if they're not quite the same size. It doesn't. We just want a little bit of a round shape around what we've done there. Okay. There you are. All right. Look at that. It's a little bit different from that first tile. Oh, Ali, it's called Sanntangle. If you just do a search for that, it's fine. Okay, I think what I'm going to do first, I'm going to come on in here and I'm going to put a little line in between each of these little shapes there. Here we go. There we go, a little bit larger. A little bobble on the end. There we go. See, a little bit of a line and a bobble on the end. And a little line. Dot. There we go. I'm just going to keep, looks a bit like a meringue, doesn't it, on the top of a cake? That's what I thought anyway. I'm sure you'll see other things. It's okay, so I'm just going to work my way around this little spiral. Oh, Claire, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? Yeah. We laid them all out this morning and just moved them away because we sat down and we had a bit of lunch. We didn't want them getting marked, so we moved them all. So, I know I've got a bright yellow envelope and there's a bright orange one. And a black envelope arrived with white writing on it. I know Sue Brown, I've got yours. I know my mum's has arrived. Oh, yeah. They're all looking very colourful, I must say, and a lot of flowers and things. There's an owl one there as well. And okay. It's a link, Lindsay. It was just trying to make life a bit easier for us all so we could actually access it. Okay. Are we ready then? So I'm going to start on the inner circle first. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create from here to here, sort of a bit of a curve. So here we go. Bit of a curve. All right. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to do the same here, a bit of a curve. Okay. And again. And a bit of a curve. And again. You see, I've sort of got opposites as we're going. So now I'm going to turn it again and I want to do a little bit of a curve there. You see, I'm turning it each time because I'm wanting it to face the same way. So I don't want to sort of lose track of it. I want it all going in the same direction. And one in there. Okay. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to create a wider curve. You see? And then in and down. Turning it round. In and down. Okay. And down. And again. In and down. And again. In and down. See, it gets a little bit wider in the middle there. It always comes back to that point. There we go. And in and down. Okay. So here we go then. I'm just going to start in the middle there. I'm just going to add a bubble. And then let's just fill in that side with bubbles. Fill in that side with bubbles. So I'm just going to add a little bit of ink there to any of those spaces that we don't need. Okay. And then back in. So what were we all doing 12 months ago today then? Were we watching the first video? Did we not even know about Sanntangle at that point? Were we all still, thinking life was going on as it was? It's been quite a weird year, hasn't it? And it's one of those ones that nobody really knew what was going to happen. But we all needed a little bit of something, but I don't think we actually realised. So it's it's a bit crazy, but we muddled our way through, didn't we? And we got here. In this group, we've cried. We've had sad moments, but we've laughed a lot. We've supported each other when we've needed to, and we've tried different things. And some of these tiles have worked out really well, and some of them you might have looked at and thought, oh, do you know what? I'm not really quite sure. Chris, June. Gosh, so it's been quite a while then, yeah. There's some people have only just found me, so maybe they've started on tile 1 and, I don't know, maybe you've only done the first 3 tiles, but, I feel like, certain names come up and you can tell now, quite a lot of you, I can tell whose tile it is. So that's quite nice. You're getting your own little definitive style, which is really nice. I think it's great. It's really good to sort of, see how you're all growing and the things that we've done. It's quite remarkable, really. Okay. Oh, end of last year. Oh, you've got a lot to go back on then, June. Yeah, look at this. Okay, it's lovely, isn't it? Okay, next bit then. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to sort of go from each curl, and I'm not going to try and sort of repeat the circular shape. I'm just sort of adding really a little bit of a curve between each one if possible. There we go. See? So don't worry about trying to keep a perfect circle, just work it round. There we go. All right, so just between one and the next. Yeah. Sometimes I look back at these and when I'm putting them into the book format, I do look at some of them and think, how did I do that? How did that happen? Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit. Oh, go a little bit bigger so you can see it. Here we go. You just see where it's joining. I'm just going to add a little bit of a line over the top there. So it just looks, see, like that. Colour it in. Just looks like it's going underneath. There we are. Just sort of gives it that finishing touch, doesn't it? Yeah. Tile 2, Sheila. Oh, brilliant. Susan from tile 1. That's amazing. My goodness me. Do you know, I bet we've all got some really nice sketch pads and journals. And I bet it's sort of found its way into your crafty bits and pieces as well, hasn't it? I'll bet it has. Okay, here we go then. So let's have a look now at these little spaces in between. So let's have. It doesn't matter where we start. We're going to work in all of them. I'm going to go diagonally across with a little curve. There we go. And then another one. See, I'm going to the same point each time, or as close as I can get anyway. There we go. And it's lovely starting with a new pen, isn't it? It always feels nice and it just glides. So I'm not pressuring this at all. I'm just taking my time. Look at that. Oh gosh, Via, it's just, yeah. Crazy, isn't it? See, this time, look, I'm imagining it's going underneath there. And I'm creating curves going the other way. I've got this little bit of a gap there. So I'm just going to come on in and just fill it with lines. There we go. So I've got lines going this way and then this way. So it works in, okay? Oh my goodness me, it's crazy. You know how we've all come on? So you see there, I went diagonally across. So I'm going to imagine it's a bit of a zigzag, you see? That kind of thing. So this time, I'm going to go this way. And then again, just trying to keep it in with that point if I can. But always working the curve, you see, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. And same here. See, this time I'm taking that curve in the opposite direction. Oh, more in that's good. That would be great. Honestly, we are seriously working on that, because what I'd like to do is a larger class than what I've got space for here, and space where we can, you know, we can park and all the rest of it. Trust me, I'm working it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And potentially new space for all the crafty classes as well. Oh, I'm so excited, I can't tell you. Okay. So again, I'm on this time, look, you see I've sort of done that kind of zigzag effect. So now just very gently working now. Curves going this way. Now you know what, if you look at this and you think, what does she mean zigzags? How's this working? Don't worry about it at all. Just needs filling in with these lovely little curved lines. So even if yours are all going the same way, that's absolutely fine. There we go. All right, I'm just going to take it out a little bit just so you can see where I'm going with this, okay? You see this one went that way, and then it went that way, and then it went that way. So now I'm going to work on this way. Oh, Vera, it's going to be a train. There is a train station that actually stops in the village. So that would be great. Yeah, I can tell you more as and when I know. It's, you know, it's a little bit off yet, but there's things coming on. Yeah. I've only ever been to London once. I did get in a couple of shows at the time. Okay, see, I've got this little gap here, so I'm just sort of going to come in, and each time that curve gets a little bit narrower, doesn't it? But that's okay, because I want to fill it in. So we started there, so now I'm going to turn it round and curve this way. All right, point to point, just as before. There we go. Just working my way around. And I noticed that some of you have been on the Create and Craft website and you've spotted the new stuff. I know, Vera, I know. But, I think what I will do is, once things start to open up again, I will check out some of the local accommodation. So, I don't want you staying in any old riff-raff, do I? I want you to be comfortable. Oh, a smuffy tent. Where we're thinking of, there's quite a large car park. Oh dear me. Oh, we'd have to have a sit-in. We could have a sleep-in. Bring your sleeping bag. Oh my word. We've got some plans anyway. We have. So, absolutely. It's love doing what I do, and if I can, share it and we can work together and meet, that'd be great. Okay. Absolutely, Ree, Oh, Susan, I don't know. I think Benji would be arguing as to who sleeps on the sofa. I think once he's checked that we're all tucked up in bed, I think that's where he heads. Yeah, spends half his night on the sofa and the other half of his night on the chair. I know. They have a dog's life, him and Seth. Yeah. And Seth tends to sort of, he's got his places as well. He quite likes the kitchen, actually. Yeah. I know, Alf is going to be busy. I think at some point we're going to have to get Alf another house elf. Yeah. But, that's all thanks to everybody that's watching this and everybody that likes, the products I design, because without you, I wouldn't be doing this today, would I? I would probably be back. Oh, I don't really want to be back in a classroom teaching secondary school, to be honest. I'd much rather be teaching all you. There we you go. You see a little bit of a gap there. All right, so, oh, look at that. Okay. So, okay, let's have a look then. I want to be working now around the outside onto this one. Oh, so I certainly will. As soon as I know what's going on, yes, I will let you know. Okay, so I'm going to now work, sort of imagine in the middle of these, and I'm going to create that curve again, but this time, remember this time, last time when I did it this way? This time, I'm going to do it this way. Oh, that feels weird. Okay. Oh, I know, Chris, but do you know what? This is my classroom. It's my area. It's not a school. And I'm not about to have, you know, a head teacher come wandering through asking me if I've got my objectives up on the board. Trust me, I always have objectives. They're not written on the board. Oh, dear. There we go. You see, now I'm sort of getting into the rhythm of it. It doesn't feel so bad. But it's really pushing me out of my comfort zone going that way, I must admit. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come back in. Remember when we did the curve front? We're going to follow through and do the same. And then the same. Okay. Oh, Susan, yes. I think my Facebook Lives, it's part of my life. It's part of what I do. So whilst you're still here watching me, I'll still come on and do some videos. Absolutely. You know, it keeps me challenged as well. I'm the one that has to come up with the new tangles each time. So, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to actually add another one in the centre now. See? So it's almost joining that first one. If it doesn't quite touch, it's okay. It's just about getting things in the middle. See? I wonder if, you know, we do meet and we'll think, oh, I didn't expect you to be like that. I thought you'd got brown hair and you might have blonde hair. You know, because sometimes you can't tell with the pictures or the profiles that come up on Facebook. You don't always sort of imagine people the same, do you? Because we've not heard your voice and things like that. So, yeah. It's a bit odd seeing things through a screen and then suddenly seeing things in real life. I know. You'll notice, you know, house elves are supposed to be really tiny and Leslie's really tall. But then again, everybody towards me is tall. So I'm gonna put them all face down, and when I've finished this, and I'll take a photograph of them all so you can see which ones I've got. Okay. You notice I start with the bubble. Here we go. I always start in the middle and then work my way either side. It just means that, you know, you get a good one in and you can sort of fit everything else around it. You get a little bit of an idea of gauging that kind of bubble. There we go. So just working my way around. There we are. You see? Next one. So there's quite a few of you had to go at the tile from yesterday, from the Facebook page to crafting together with all brands. Really enjoyed doing that one, and it was nice to actually make a card up. Yeah, so you could see how it all fits in. So I was really pleased with that. Hope you liked it. I didn't waffle on too much. Okay, Lindsay. Do you know mine are now, but we should change them a bit more often, but we don't, do we? We like to put a picture on where we look, at least we look like we've brushed our hair, don't we? Yeah. Oh, kettle's going on. Hope you've all got yours. And are you munching in on your cake? We all said we'd celebrate together. Here we go. So there's a couple of little bits and pieces, you know, I'm on Create and Craft on Thursday evening and Friday. Now the thing with the Friday is I'm actually on at 1:30, so which will sort of take over the fact that usually we do a tile at 2 o'clock because I'll be on air till 1:15. So in traditional fashion, if it's okay with everybody, I'm going to do Friday's tile once I'm back home. So if we do a 7 o'clock like we have in the past, so 7 o'clock in the evening, and it'll just mean that we maintain that consistency. So if you've got sort of your plan set out that you do a tile on a Friday, then I'll still do it. Just means that you'll not miss out. So I think the times, I was going to be on Friday, and then they moved me to Thursday and Friday, which is crazy, but okay. So I think it's 6:45, or it could be 7:45, but 6:45 sounds about right. And 1:30, definitely 1:30. So I'll do that, and I can be out of the studio by, depends, about, I can be out on the road for 2:45, and then 4:45, 5 o'clock, depending on traffic, back home. Time for a cuppa and a quick relax, and and I can get on and do the next one. Smoffy, yeah. There are some what they call pods there, so they're like portable little house things, and they charge, but they're quite nominal, and it's nice and warm, and there's a bed and a fridge and a microwave and a little bathroom. So yeah, I don't mind. Plus it does actually mean that I'm a little bit fresher for the next day. So I don't mind so much. It's better than being in a hotel at the minute because, with everything as it is, at least I know there that I'm on site and ready to go. Okay. So I'm just working all the way around and not worrying if it's a perfect shape. I just want to sort of join each one together. See as we go. Oh, see, Joanne's got Bakewell tart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see, we're on lemon drizzle. Because we let John go and choose the cake. And I did say, look, obviously no cream, can't have cream. And I didn't want one with loads of icing on. But so he's come out with the lemon drizzle, so that suits me just fine. So you see here, I'm just now, just putting that little line in so it looks like it's slightly going underneath. If it's sticking out the top there, don't matter which side. There we go. All right. Okay. See that one there? It just sort of finishes a little bit. There we go. All right, let's have a look then. All right. There we go. So this time, you see, it doesn't really matter which... Oh, I'm going to put another line in there. Which way we work on this. So I'm just going to go with what feels right. Oh, Joanne, do you know, you can never, ever tell, if I'm honest. I have no idea, but there's a lot of stock because the stock I'm taking with me should have been the pick of the day. And it got a bit, never mind, got a bit confused as to who was doing what, where, and then. So there is a lot of stock there, so please don't need to worry about it selling out. Just enjoy it. It's, well, both sets of stencils this month, the concept ones are just fabulous. And they work with the new stencils I've got as well this week, so, with the flowers and the new frame. But then the new frame shape is completely different to anything you would have expected. Who'd have thought, yes, a round frame, a square frame, but a 7-sided frame? Do you know what? It's fabulous. We've had such fun with it. Thank you, Leslie. Oh, hang on, must show it just to prove. Cake. We are having cake. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you for this year just thank you for following me. Thank you for being supportive and helping other people. You know, just, you know, saying hello to somebody on here has just been a godsend, I'm sure. Or just, you know, just being there and just saying to somebody, we understand, we know. The tile swaps, you know, I know we had a bit of a hiccup with the post last month, but just, you know, the fact that you're putting yourself, you know, you're putting yourself out to help other people, and it might be the only post, nice post anyway, that we get. So, you know, spending time doing that tile, it's not just your time, it's the fact that you've thought about it and put something together. I think what a community we've made, what a lovely bunch of people that are on this forum now, and you know, we're all just enjoying things together. It's lovely. So proud of you all, I really am. There we go. There we go. So I'm just working my round, just as before, creating these lovely little sort of shapes and just curving it as I go. You know, the curves, if you want to be controlled with them, you can really take your time and do little bits. There we go. Okay. And then, so that one, and then this way. There we go. So just fill in the space in as I go. Oh, it's very kind of you, but you know, it's a team. It's not just me. It's all of us. It's you know, it's Leslie in the background now. It's John that takes the stuff to the post office and, you know, comes up with rulers and things like that. And you know, then of course, yeah, I've got the ideas and the concepts, but then it's everybody out there who's follows and, you know, will actually, you know, buys the product, because if you didn't buy the product, I wouldn't have a business. So we're a team, and that's how I like to see it. Even when we go, you know, to create and craft, it's the team, isn't it? There's so many people that work behind the scenes just to make things right. I mean, the crew are brilliant, you know, and they put the samples out. And of course, my little creative team as well, you know, who get these stencils in the post or whatever and think, what on earth is that? Because they don't get instructions. So they get written later, you know, and they actually bring my ideas to life in completely different ways that I wouldn't have expected. So that's how it should be, isn't it? Everybody helping each other. It's brilliant. There we go. Okay, so let's just chat going this way. Okay. A bit dizzy now working this one. There we go. And into this one. See, I'm just filling those lines as I go. There we are. All right. Okay. Oh, so you know, you've got to have an idea somewhere, but there's got to be, you know, it can't just be all my doing. You know, I need help, and it's come from various places. You know, I mean, Leslie actually started by coming to class last year, so and, yeah, and then of course, I don't know any. You know, when I had to go into hospital, you know, I was suffering a little bit. Leslie used to come round, and she when he lives up the road, used to come and make sure I'd got a cup of tea, which that still happens. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I do believe, I know, I was quite ill. I had a tumour in my stomach back in just before lockdown, the Christmas before. And I do honestly believe it was sorted out so quickly, and it came back that, you know, it wasn't a serious illness. That I was being prepped for this. Somebody up there was looking out for me, I'm sure, just to make sure that, look, you haven't got time to be ill. Okay, look at that. It's got these lovely little shapes in there. It's very sort of meringue-like, isn't it? So I'm going to come on in now with my pencil. Let's just make this a little bit larger. Oh, I know, Nadia, I consider myself very lucky, especially with the speed they got me into operating. I think the tumour, by the time they took it out, was just under £5 in weight. So, of course, full hysterectomy there, which has been quite interesting, I must admit, going into the menopause instantly. Yes. But it's better than being, you know, keeping it, because it was just growing, it was getting silly. Okay, so here we go. I've got a little bit of pencil in the middle there, and I've actually worked the pencil all the way around that sort of original spiral. Yeah, Zen button, it is. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit on the edges too. See, so let's do that one. There we go, little bits there. And I'm not worried about whether it's coloured in properly, things like that. I'm just adding some pencil to the tops. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to add all the pencil, and then I'm going to come back and use the tortillon. I think it's nice to have a grand reveal at the end. Oh goodness, Lindsay, yes, I was just a little bit older. Yeah, it's worth being done. But yeah, you know, comes to us all, but these things happen for a reason. There we go. Okay, so then let's have a look at these sort of sections here. Just going to add just a little bit of a curve, that little smirk on those bubbles that I can reach. Okay, love that. Now, don't worry about whether they're going the right way or not, just about turning it round, and I'm just going to sort of put that on each side so you can see where that's working. All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the rest whilst I'm here. So I'm going to add some on this section here, and I'm going to add some on this section here, see? And then same this time though, because it's going this way, I'm going to go here and here. So you see, it's always at the start of those points. And then, see that one there? So it's sort of where it's at its darkest anyway, but I'm just enhancing it with a bit of pencil. Okay. And then here, on here. And again now, let's just add that little smirk in those bubbles there. And here. Now, of course, if you wanted to come in and use a coloured pencil here, or coloured pastel, that would work really nicely. So here we go, I'm just going to add in that little bit as I'm going. I mean, you could use a little bit of colour and a little bit of pencil and mix it up a little. So whatever you want to do with this one. There we go. And working my way there and here. You see, there we go. All right. And to this one here, and to this one. All right, you can see it's starting to come alive, can't you? But it's not even been shaded yet, and you can start to see it. So again, I'm working with those little bubbles. Ali, yeah, if I'm going to use pastels, excuse me, quick sip of tea, then I would use a bit of hairspray to fix it, or you can buy a proper fixative spray. Now, if you use hairspray, it'll fix it, but it won't seriously completely seal it. So you could still go over and work it if you wanted to, but it'll certainly be better than not using anything. If you've got a piece that you think, I really love it and I've completely done it and I don't want it to be, changed ever, then use a spray and shine over the top, or like a spray varnish. But of course, then it's going to be shiny, and if you want to keep it matte, a fixative is the best, but hairspray does make them smell nice. Okay, so here we go. Just keep going and adding those little sort of smirks in those bubbles, and then of course adding a little bit in those corners. Who knows where this is heading? There we go. All right, and a little bit here, just in there we go, and around the top there, and this one. And again, just those little bubbles there. Working it round. See, I'm just following as I go, just adding that pencil. It seems like it takes ages, doesn't it, to add this? And with that tortillon, it's the anticipation of wanting to see what it looks like. But, you know, just take your time and just enjoy this process. You know, this is where you're sort of creating something. It's at that very, very sort of precipice, isn't it, of it starting to come to life. So it's working really well. Just adding that pencil, not trying to colour it in or it be neat. Of course, if you're using a coloured tile, you might want to be a little bit softer with the pencil and then build it. But, because I'm working on one of my traditional cream ones, I know that I can give it a little bit of grief. Press on a little bit there. All right, let's have a look at it. So yeah, there we go. All right, so it's, yeah, looks a bit rough, but here we go. This is where the magic of the tortillon. Notice my new clean tortillon. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm just going to start in the centre, really gently, just soften the edge of that pencil. So I'm not going into the middle there, you see, I'm just working on the edge where I've sort of got that rough line. Yeah, I would still use the same pencil on a coloured tile, and I do, yeah. I just wouldn't add as much pressure. I would perhaps do it in a couple of layers rather than do it all in one go. Just because on this particular paper, which is cartridge, it sort of softens a little bit easier. Okay, so you see how it's just walking that tortillon around. I'm being really gentle with it. Of course, if you're on a coloured tile and it needs a little bit more of a push, start in swirls and then push it out. But you learn as you go. So that's why it's great. If you're not sure, just have a quick practice on the back, just to see how it works. Okay, I'm going back round now. You see what I'm actually doing is I'm just ever so gently softening the edges there of that edge, but I'm not taking it all the way down. I'm leaving a gap. So I've got this sort of highlight starting to come through. There we go. Just ever so gentle. Okay, see, if you think that you're putting too much pressure on, then hold your pencil or your tortillon a little bit further back, and that'll stop you from pressing on so much. So just nice and gradual, working your way around. There we go. Into that swirl. The more you do it, and the closer you get to it, the more you're focusing just on what's in front of you. Not worried about anything else. Just taking your time, okay? So then we're going to work our way out here. I'm just going to go over those sort of little smirks. You see, just sort of soften it a little bit. Let's go a little bit larger. There we go. And just ever so gently, just soften those edges. You see, I might want to go in and just swirl it a little bit, just to ease it off. And here we go, back and forth, just taking that pencil towards the centre. And then of course, when you come to the next little bit of a bubble, you're just going to follow the line a little, softening it up. Same here. There we go. Just working it round, easing a little bit. And next bit here. See, I bet your cake's now sat on the side and you've forgotten about it. Just get to it. You'll get to it in a minute. Now it's all about what is this going to look like once it's all shaded? How is it going to look? And what would it look like if we did it in a square? Or we did an oval version? That could be interesting. It's crazy how certain things can go. Now, this could be quite a board as well, down a piece. Okay, you're right. Oh. No, we all said we would bring cake because it's, you know, it's an important rite of passage, isn't it? If we've been doing this for 12 months, it deserves a little bit of a celebration. And yet, I don't have Prosecco at the side of me. I have a good cup of tea, but what's better than a cup of tea and cake? Oh, so Richard went for the Twix. Oh, but Richard, do you eat the whole Twix at once, or do you actually, you know, split off the layers and eat it in sections? Yeah, we've all been through that, haven't we? Okay, so here we go. Just working my way around. See, there's no particular rush with this. We just want to take our time. There we are, just adding in those little bubbles as we go. Okay, and into the next little bit. There we go. Now we are just enjoying the moment, really. Okay, so we're sort of back where we started. So I'm now going to start on the top section, doing exactly the same as I did before. So this would be really quite nice to do, wouldn't it, on a black tile? Using a white gel pen, and maybe those little bubbles would have little bits of gold or silver in there. I did notice on somebody's tile there's a little bit of glitter this time. I thought, racy. There's some actually as well on your tile swaps. There are some really good backings. So some of you have been playing with the inks and things just to create something a little bit different. So that's nice. It's, yeah, it's lovely to see. And I think the confidence, you know, from that first tile that we did for the swap to this one, it's really been quite an eye-opener just to see how well you've all come on since then. So I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing more coming in. So we can, you know, we can start to build that. It's going to be great. Okay, see, I'm just, it's lovely to work with a new tortillon. I mean, I know you file them and they will still go back to a point, but there's just something about starting a fresh one, isn't there? There we are, just following my way around. Okay, is it just almost there, almost. Oh, there we are. And just working it there, taking my time. This is quite a good one because you know you don't quite see the reveal. And there's still a little bit more to do. But so far it's starting to look pretty good. There we go. Just taking it one step at a time. Almost. There we go. Little bits there. Okay. See, I think my tea's going cold now and into this. All right, let's have a look. Oh, Claire, don't you worry, it'll be fine. Okay, so you see we've got some shading going on there. But I think what I'd like to do, I'm going to come in now with my pencil and now I'm just going to add some around the outside of this sort of first shape here. You see? Just back and forth with my pencil. Back and forth. Okay? There we go. You see, it's sort of almost doing it itself, isn't it? It's just giving it a little bit of lift. There we go. Just coming off the page a little bit more there now. And then let's have a look at this one here. Again, I'm just going to come on in and I'm just going to add in some pencil. See on the inside there of each one. Oh, turn it a bit further. So just a section at a time. There we go. All right. And around. Right. Yeah. And the same on the other side. So I'm going to go on both sides of the line here and just add in that little bit more of graphite around it. See, so either side of that line. There we go. Just systematically working my way around. And then let's do this edge. Okay. You see where this is sort of going? It's just giving it a little bit more weight on that top edge. Okay. Alright, not too far to go. There we go, just working my way around. There we go. Okay, back to my tortillon, and I'm just ever so gently just going to slightly soften that edge. I don't want to move that too far, I quite like it close. But just needs softening up just a little bit. See? There we go. And then of course, I'm going to come to this here now. And I'm just going to add a little bit more pressure. Just to sort of work my way around that shape, you see? And same again. There we go. And you see it just sort of eases off that sharpness, but just gives it a little bit more shade. And then the same around the outside. That's why I've done two lines of it, one on the inside, one on the outside. There we go. Okay, now you go as dark as you dare with this, because the darker you go, the better that highlight's going to stand out. And then, of course, just those little bits on the edge. And again, I can sort of press on a little bit harder with this. So just a tad more pressure. Just to sort of work it round. There we go. All right, back in with pen. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back around this shape here. And I'm just going to go around the outside edge. I just want to make sure that it's got pride of place in the centre there. Just work my way around. There we go. Little bit at a time. And there. Just gently following those lines. You see? There we go. I'm not going in completing the whole thing, not redrawing it all. I'm just putting that black line back in. There we go. I'm actually just sort of coming, add a touch in the middle there. There we go. All right, so I did say that I got a white pencil earlier, just a white chalky pastel. Now, if you haven't got that, you could use a white gel pen. All I'm going to do is, you see where I've got these sort of white highlights? I'm just going to come on in and I'm just going to enhance them a little bit. See? Now, if you haven't got a pencil or a gel pen, you could come on in and you could just use a rubber and just put a bit of a line in there. It just, you know, just brings it out a touch, just to, you know, accentuate that little highlight there. You see? So I'm not going to worry about shading this or blending it in at all. I've just added that little bit just to bring it in. See? So just highlights it just a touch. So just around the centre, just making sure that that little bit of white is really highlighted. Now, of course, that's slightly different to doing a Zen button. If we were going to do a Zen button, we'd just add a white line all the way around the middle and leave it at that. But I've actually chose to pick on the design, and I've highlighted the sections within the design there. So it's your choice. You can do whichever you like. It's fine. But you see, it just sort of picks out the highlight just a little more, doesn't it, by adding that in? But again, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. Okay. So, whew, all right. Now, of course, you could add bits around the outside, but I think for now I'm gonna just add my little initial there, and keeping it sort of traditional and in with the black and white. But I do have a coloured version you can have a look at. So if I just pull that out a touch, there we go. So there's our tile, and this is the one that I sort of did last night. And rather than do it on a regular paper tile, I've actually come in and done it on a wooden tile. So if I just looking for a bit of paper here, if I just add a bit of paper. Hang on a second. Oh, look, I'm doodling. There we go. There we are. So you can see where. That's it. So yeah, I've actually coloured that one. You can see that I've added a little bit of spray varnish on it. So whether you want to do it in traditional black and white, or whether you actually want to come in and do it with colour. Actually, if you've got your tile box still to decorate, you could come in and, do that on the top of your tile box. That would look really nice. So absolutely. So there's our tile 123. I have actually written it there, like 123, and I've even put the date on there. So it's one of those things, because it's like the 12 months today that we've started, I thought it'd be really nice to keep that one as a solid sort of form. So really pleased with that. So, okay, with that done, I hope you've eaten your cake and your tea, your coffee's not gone cold and you've been sipping that as you've gone. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tile. You've had a nice good chat. I will catch up on that a little bit later. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for keeping with this. And I do think that, yeah, we're going to be continuing this for as long as everybody wants to continue, of course. And yes, Joe. Do you know I did do wooden coasters. I don't think I've got any in though. But certainly, yeah, wooden tiles. I mean, they're coming. So if we have a look. Yeah, there we go, look. Right size. It's almost like I planned it. So have a wonderful week, rest of it. If you can catch me on Crate and Craft, that'd be lovely. Hopefully give you a little bit of inspiration there. But yeah, our next tile, 124, instead of being at 2 o'clock on Friday, we're going to take it into the evening and do it at 7, just so it gives me a chance, obviously, to get back home and get settled. So, all right, with that all done and sorted, have a wonderful week, everybody. And I will speak to you all again on Friday. So, okay, oh, don't forget, if you are doing a tile swap, please give it a go, get it in there, but just watch the video, because we've got a different address on there for people to send to, and it'll be lovely to sort of see those and hear from you. I will, once I've finished my cup of tea, I will take a photograph of the back of everybody's tile, so you can see that yours has got here in one piece. Of course, I won't know what's come today because the post's going home and not to the business, so yeah, it should look lovely. Tile 500. Oh my goodness me, when would we be doing tile 500? But yeah, okay, having said all that, then have a wonderful time. Enjoy your cake, and I will see you soon. Right, you take care, everybody. Bye.